Okay, welcome to the April 23rd Planning Commission meeting for Saratoga Springs. We'll start off with a Pledge of Allegiance, and I'll lead us in the pledge. So everybody could please rise and repeat the pledge after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, it looks like all the Planning Commission members are here this evening. So we'll go on to our first business item. There's a plat for Saratoga Springs Commercial Plat E located west of 13 North Exchange Drive. Who is going to present that one? Is that?
So Gina has that item and she
Okay.
should be able to speak now. Gina, are you able to speak at this time?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yep. Do you want to screen share or do you need me to?
No, I can screen share.
Okay, go for it.
How do I do that? I don't have an option to do that.
You should be able to do that now.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Which one am I showing you here? Okay, can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so let's see. The first item we have up today, this evening, is we've got Saratoga Springs Commercial Plat E. This is a preliminary plat for the property behind Tractor Supply. It is it's zoned regional commercial. The land use designation is commercial. Dan Schmidt is here with WPI. I believe he is here. I can't see that. So, and I believe Thomas with WPI is also in attendance. So if you have questions, you will be able to talk with them.
Gina,
yes.
One moment. Dan, you are enabled to speak if you need to.
Okay, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Great.
Go ahead, Gina.
Okay, so this lot is where the DABC or the liquor store is going to be going, but it is a 2-acre parcel that they have divided off of the main portion of the Saratoga Springs commercial. The plat, you'll see these red lines, they've been corrected. This is what they have fixed on the plat, but it is just a very simple plat right behind Tractor Supply. There's not really much to it. They are extending Exchange Drive down to the SLR property to the south. And this is the landscape plan. The site plan has been approved, I believe, if I remember correctly, sorry. And then that's basically it. It's a pretty straightforward lot. There's not anything that is to it. You received in the packet, you can see everything that was done with it. So are there any questions on this one?
Does the applicant have anything you would like to add?
Nothing to add at this time. We're excited to get started. We know DABC is anxious to get their site going, so we're anxious to deliver the road as soon as we can.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with Ken. Do you have anything, Ken, you'd like to, any questions?
Yeah, just is the applicant willing to abide by all the or comply with the conditions as found in the city staff report, since this is an administrative process?
Yes. Yep. Happy to comply.
Okay, that's actually all I had.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything? Any questions?
This is Dave. Can you hear me?
Yes, David, go ahead.
Okay, just to let you know, Gina talked about the site plan. The way state code is written, it is up to the state, I guess the division of DABC, up to determine compliance. So you actually will not see the site plan. It will be approved through the state and whatever mechanism they have for determining compliance with our local ordinances.
Thank you, Dave. That's what I was trying to think of to say, but you explained it perfectly.
Okay, if we don't have any more questions.
I have
from
a quick
anyone.
question, sorry,
Okay,
just
go
real
ahead.
quick.
Go ahead, Audrey.
Just when it comes to the road name, not that that's a huge deal, but just something I'm curious about. Is that Exchange Drive all the way through? Is that what it's being called? Has that been approved? I mean, is that a state thing that approves that, or does the city approve that? How does that work when it comes to street names?
Is Gordon in attendance at this meeting by chance? Okay.
He is not logged
Okay,
in
well,
at this time.
As far as the street name's already established, and so it's just a continuation of
Exchange Drive.
Correct. That is correct. Exchange Drive has already been chosen and established, and it will go all the way down through to Medical Drive. So
Oh, okay,
yeah, so it will extend down.
perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we have anybody else on the commission that would like to make a comment or ask a question? Okay, if not, then I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
I can make that.
Go ahead, Audrey. You go.
Okay.
You got it.
I move that the Planning Commission forward a recommendation of approval to the City Council regarding the preliminary plat of Saratoga Springs Commercial Plat C located south of Crosswood Roads Boulevard, west of Exchange Drive, based upon the findings and conditions in the staff report.
Second,
Who seconded that? Sorry.
Anderson.
Okay, Commissioner Anderson seconded the motion of Commissioner Barton. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. Looks like it's unanimous. So go ahead and move on to the next item, which is a site plan for the Saratoga Springs Commercial Lot 402 and 403, located approximately 153 West Crossmore Roads Boulevard.
All righty. So this is Saratoga Springs Commercial again. Plat D is the plat that these two lots are on. That is yet to be recorded. You'll see that as a condition of approval that that plat get recorded. Dan may be able to speak more to that as far as when that will be done. But prior to anything else happening after this approval, that will need to get recorded. This was located, if you recall, the KFC lot that is on the corner. Let me pull up the map here. This here is the KFC lot that's on the corner of Exchange Drive and Crossroads Boulevard. Then there is lot 401 and then 402 and 403. So 402 is 1.05 acres, 403 is 1.23. Both of these are separate applications. However, I put them together because they're almost identical. They are just mirroring each other. So there's not really much more to that. This here is the site plan. You've got 402 and 403. Again, the buildings are almost exactly alike. Let me back up here. So parking, we determined that based on the footprint of the building, that the parking was sufficient. Landscaping, you've got all of the appropriate landscaping. You can see from the staff report that it meets all of the requirements of our code for both lots. Is the second one. And then the elevations, again, they're very similar buildings. We don't really have too much to say on them. They meet our standards and our code. The lighting meets all of that. So with that, staff recommends approval for the Planning Commission based on the findings and conditions in the staff report.
Would the applicant like to add anything?
Yeah, thanks, Gina and Commissioner. We're excited to bring some more commerce to Saratoga residents and the city. You may recall a couple months ago the approval of Plat D, which is 6 lots. These are 2 lots within those 6. We do have some others in the works that will be coming behind these, just not quite ready just yet. And the only reason, as Gina had pointed out, the plat's not recorded yet because we're sort of financing these 2 buildings along with the road for Plat D, sort of all in one. And so as soon as we move forward or get the appropriate entitlements with 402 and 403, the road being Plat D and 402 and 403 buildings will be built all at once.
Okay. Do you have any tenants lined up or anything at this time, or no?
We do have a number of tenants that are in the middle of signing leases. I would love to name them, but feel obligated to allow them to sort of promote themselves, seeing as things aren't quite yet signed.
So with what's going on with the lockdown and kind of the slowdown of the economy, is any of that going to have an effect on the buildings, or will this move forward no matter what?
Yeah, we anticipated that at least these 2 buildings will be moving forward no matter what. We are seeing in our general commercial portfolio, we are seeing a little bit of a slowdown. However, interestingly enough, we're also seeing a number of tenants that are willing to move forward regardless of the slowdown. And so to us and our group, it sort of speaks as a testament that some businesses are viewing this as a relatively short-term impact, and that the sort of construction process and tenant fit-up process will sort of span that slowdown, and they'll be able to open up strong. We are seeing also a number of tenants in our portfolio that anticipate, even in terms of weathering financially the pandemic, that to be able to get back to sort of a financial ground zero for them, that might take more like a year. And so it's a little bit of a mixed bag. We're anticipating these 2 buildings will be strong, and we'll see how the tenants that we're talking to in the other buildings go.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and turn this over to the Planning Commission, and I'll start with Ken if he has any questions. Let's see. Can you unmute?
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
unmuted.
cool.
Yeah, so same question as I had with the previous application, because this is administrative. Does the applicant, will the applicant comply with all the conditions in the staff report, the city staff report?
Yes, agreed. Appreciate you checking us on that, Ken, but yes.
Okay, and then on, what page is this? Under preservation of existing vegetation on the checklist. What page is, I don't know how to, I don't think there's a page. It says does not comply for deciduous trees smaller than 4 inches in caliper, but it's not highlighted or anything. So I'm just wondering if that does not comply was an error.
That was an error. Everything checked off. I apologize about that.
No problem. And then something similar on page, oh, actually, so it says under 1916 site and architectural design standards, on the next page, it says for acceleration and deceleration lanes, the engineer will review. It can comply. And I was wondering if the engineer had a chance to review and if it complies.
Yeah, that was all taken care of in the traffic report, traffic study that was submitted. I apologize. I don't know why that got marked that way.
No problem.
Just an oversight on my part.
Okay, that's good. Then that's all I had.
Do we have any other questions from the commission?
I just had a quick question. Do we have a new general plan that's newer than I know we have the zoning live online, but do we have a new general plan since the 2017 general plan?
No, that is the current general plan.
Okay, because I'm just looking at this property on that general plan and it shows it as office, but on section F, it has it as the regional commercial.
Or the general
There-
plan or the zone.
There was an update to that area.
It just hasn't been updated in the general plan yet.
Maybe the map. I'll have to check the map there.
Yeah, if you recall, after the general plan was updated, there was a request by the applicant, or we worked with the applicant to make adjustments to that portion, if I recall correctly. Do you remember that, Dave, where they identified regional commercial and different
Yeah,
sections? We can talk about that later, but yes, there have been changes made since the general plan update.
Okay, I just want to clear up that because they're conflicting in two different spots. So thank you.
Any other questions or comments or questions from the commission? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Commissioner Ryan, I move to approve the proposed site plan of Saratoga Springs Commercial Lots 402 and 403 retail building at approximately 191 West Crossroads Boulevard in the RC zone with the findings and conditions commensurate in the staff report.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion from Commissioner Ryan, a second from Commissioner Kilgore. Is there any question on the motion? All right. So all those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Looks like the ayes carry that. So looks like we're unanimous. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next item. So next one is approval of minutes. Does anybody have any changes to the minutes? If not, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the minutes from the planning commission. What was the date on that?
March 26th.
March- yeah.
I move that we approve the minutes from the planning commission meeting on March 22nd.
I have a motion from Commissioner Anderson. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
A second from Commissioner Barton. Any question on the motion?
Yeah, actually, sorry, not, is it too late? I'm not questioning the motion. There was one thing that I wanted to mark.
Okay.
On line 63, there should be an it. Wait, sorry, don't have it open. Technical issues. Okay. Yeah, on line 63, it says, it says receive clarification from staff that, and it should be it, not is. Just a small typo.
Ken, you are scrupulous.
It's got my name on it.
Well, if we're gonna be a nitpicky, can we change mine from wondered to inquired?
All the above.
All right, so that's all.
All right. So we have a motion, a second. We're going to make that change. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Okay, it looks like that is approved. David, do we have any reports of action?
No reports of action tonight.
Do we have any commissioner comments for this evening?
I just have a quick question. This kind of goes back to what I was asking before. This is just for future reference. When it comes to naming the streets here, does it depend on what street it is and where the street is and who owns it, that sort of thing? What does it, who names it, the state or the city, or how does that work?
For the most part, it's the developer will come in and propose names for streets. We always
And
have
then
a discussion to say yes or no.
Okay.
But for the most part, they're developer driven.
And the city council approves that in the end, or?
Yes.
You know, like when it comes to just on a subdivision plat, they'll have them named on a subdivision plat, and
Right.
if the council doesn't object, whether it be in the community plan, village plan, or the preliminary plat, then the street will remain.
Okay, great, thank you.
Director's report.
Just a couple things. As you know, since we're doing this online, our staff is still minimal in the office. We have one planner per day. in our department. Those days that I'm in there, we're not getting a whole lot of, in fact, the last 3 weeks, I don't think I had any walk-in traffic. And I think that's fairly similar to what the other planners are experiencing. And so people are staying out, for the most part for safety purposes. But the rest of us then work from home. I do have an email out to Cindy to see if we've had any applications come in to fill the vacant planning commission seat. And I'm waiting to hear back from Cindy on that. We did notice it, as far as I recall, that Cindy noticed it. But I don't know if we've had any applicants apply. So come the next meeting, hopefully we'll have an update and some interviews scheduled online to fill that vacant position.
What about next meeting?
Regular scheduled date, as far as we know, it'll still be in this format.
Okay. I just meant, are we going to have the next meeting? We're still having applications that would need to be acted upon, right?
Oh yeah, we're still doing our work.
Okay.
We still got lots of things to process, so we'll be moving forward. So as far as those, I would assume we're through May. We're probably going to keep with the Zoom meeting here. I suspect they won't let up until June at the earliest.
Okay. If I don't have anything else, I think we can adjourn.
One question. Can we
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
get a map of what changes have been made to the general plan?
It's actually should be in the GIS map. So yes, we'll take a look at that and be able to provide that to you.
Okay, thanks.
I guess I did have one thing. Nicolette, are you going to send me an updated minutes thing to sign?
Yes, I just sent you an email about that.
Okay, I'll get that taken care of and get it back to you. If we have nothing else, then we'll go ahead and adjourn. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you.
Troy. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks.